If you've been tracking Google's ticker, GOGL, this year, you might be feeling a bit like you backed the wrong horse at the Office March Madness pool. Year to date, Alphabet shares are down 10.15%, while the S&P 500 has eked out a 0.37% gain. In a market where even index funds are breaking a sweat just to stay flat, Google's stumble feels particularly jarring. It's like showing up at a marathon wearing flip-flops. Everyone else is gliding by in carbon fiber shoes while you're wondering why your feet hurt. Investors point to a mix of headwinds, regulatory uncertainties swirling around antitrust trials, a slowing advertising market in some regions, and an existential question posed by the rise of AI search rivals. When Apple's Eddie Q hinted that Safari users were experimenting with AI chatbots instead of Google search, the stock took a one-day tumble that erased roughly $150 billion in market cap, enough to buy 3 Boeing 747s and still have cash left for catering. The long game. A 5-year marathon. But before you start panicking, remember that investing in Google has often been a bit like watching grass grow. Sometimes it's slow, but the final lawn is lush. Over the past 5 years, Alphabet stock has surged 144.84%, comfortably outpacing the S&P 500's 100.22% gain during the same stretch. In other words, if you parked $10,000 in Google back in May 2020, you'd be sitting on about $24,484 today, enough to fund some serious avocado toast habits. This long-term outperformance speaks to Alphabet's fortress-like dominance in digital advertising, the continual ramp-up of YouTube monetization, and the strategic pivot into high-margin cloud services. It's a reminder that, while markets can get distracted by quarterly noise, the core business remains a growth engine, albeit one that occasionally sputters before roaring back to life. A brief respite, the I/O bounce. Just when the bears were sharpening their claws, Google's annual I/O Developer Conference arrived like a surprise cameo in a blockbuster sequel. In mid-May, Alphabet popped more than 7% across the 2 trading days following the event, enough to make short sellers spill their coffee. Sure, part of that was a relief rally after the Apple testimony hangover, but it also reflected genuine excitement over the new AI wizardry on display. When shares climbed back toward $172, traders were whispering about a new lease on life for the search giant, at least until the next earnings call. But it was a potent reminder that, in tech, perception can be half the battle. A few oohs and ahs on stage can translate to billions in market cap overnight. AI mode for Google search, the star of the show. So, what got everyone buzzing? Chief among the innovations was AI mode for Google search, a toggle that transforms the classic search bar experience into a conversational AI session. Instead of a list of 10 links, you get a synthesized answer, complete with bullet points, images, and follow-up suggestions. It's like turning your search box into a friendly librarian who actually knows your taste in sci-fi novels. On top of that, Google teased a premium AI Ultra plan for power users, $249.99 per month for early access to experimental tools like Project Mariner, automated browsing, and Deep Think, advanced reasoning. It's pricey for the average Joe, but enterprise clients and AI enthusiasts are already lining up to see what happens when Google's most formidable models get let off the leash. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. The anatomy of the bounce, why traders care. The roughly 7% post-I/O lift wasn't just theater, it reflected analysts' upgraded confidence. JP Morgan's team said they came away more confident that Google can successfully navigate the shift to AI search, and reiterated an overweight rating with a $195 target, about 13% above recent levels. KeyBank chimed in with a similar refrain, noting that improvements in AI overviews, now at 1.5 billion monthly users, are driving higher search frequency and, ultimately, more ad impressions. Put simply, Traders see AI mode as the kind of innovation that could reverse modest declines in click-through rates and breathe fresh life into Google's core ad sales engine. If users stay on search longer and ask more follow-ups, advertisers pay more, and that's the magic formula everyone craves. Subtitle: From Clicks to Cloud, a Dual Engine. While search still underpins 53% of Alphabet's revenue, Google Cloud is the dark horse growth engine everyone's watching. In Q1 2025, cloud revenue jumped 28% year-over-year, reaching $8.6 billion and stirring hopes of a sustained enterprise IT turnaround. The theory goes that enterprises will first migrate to Google Cloud for infrastructure, then layer on AI services, especially now that they can tie in AI mode for internal document search, customer service bots, and code generation. Imagine a hospital using AI mode to search electronic health record notes. Show me all diabetic patients over 65 with recent A1C above 7.5. Instead of wrestling with SQL queries, doctors get immediate insights, saving lives and cutting IT tickets. Multiply that across thousands of hospitals, and you've got a serious revenue runway. Now, could Google stock really hit 1,000 times its current level? If Google's market cap, around $2.11 trillion today, ever ballooned by a factor of 1,000, it would be worth $2.11 quadrillion. To put that in perspective, that's roughly 3 times the total value of all goods and services produced on Earth in a year. You'd need alien civilizations asking Google, "How do I conquer galaxies?" Okay, so the literal 1,000 times is more of a cheeky challenge than a realistic price target. But on a relative basis, say a 10 times or even 20 times gain over the next decade? That's not totally inconceivable if Google becomes the AI platform for every use case under the sun, from autonomous vehicles and smart cities to digital health assistants and personalized education. To illustrate, let's dream up an AI wardrobe wizard, built on Google's infrastructure. Through AI mode, you upload photos of your closet. The system learns your style preferences and suggests daily outfits, complete with accessory pairings. It even taps into your calendar and weather forecasts to recommend a trench coat for an afternoon downpour or a breezy sundress for a last-minute rooftop brunch. Behind the scenes, Google Cloud handles image analysis, Gemini 2.5 powers the fashion advice, and the result is a sticky subscription service. Google Style Plus, that charges $9.99 per month. Sign up enough users, and you've unlocked a multi-billion-dollar vertical built on the foundation of core search and cloud capabilities. Risks on the horizon. Don't get blinded by the mirage. Of course, no venture worth its salt comes without peril. Regulatory scrutiny remains a wild card. If antitrust authorities force structural changes to search or Chrome defaults, Google could lose a key distribution moat. Meanwhile, competition from Microsoft's Bing AI, Amazon Bedrock, and OpenAI partnerships keeps the pressure on. And let's not forget the looming specter of AI safety. Public backlash over deepfakes, data privacy, or algorithmic bias could push legislators to impose tough new guardrails. In other words, the 1,000 times scenario needs a lot of everything to go right: flawless execution, benign regulation, and an insatiable market thirst for AI. It's a high-stakes poker game where Google holds a big hand, but the flop, turn, and river could still surprise. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.